can LeBron ever pass Jordan? Of course he can. To me, the question is will and when.
Okay.
And the answer is in about 4 months when this Cavs team wins another title.
That quickly.
That'll be the resume that you can stack up next to Michael's to be the greatest basketball player ever. I hear what Skip says, and I totally get for Skip and a lot of people, this story ended. You could put a big X through it in those 2011 finals. That was the nail in LeBron's coffin for a lot of guys as the greatest player ever.
Yes.
In that moment, if you were to ask someone, what would LeBron have to do to recover from it? The answer would be, well, at a minimum, like the greatest 5-year stretch in the history of the sport. And since he walked off the court against the Dallas Mavericks, what LeBron has done is put together the greatest 5-year stretch in the history of the sport. Since then, everything since Russell Celtics, in 5 years, who's been in the most finals ever? Oh, it's LeBron. In 5 years, who has the most finals MVPs ever in a 5-year stretch? LeBron's tied for the most. In a 5-year stretch, who has the most titles ever? Oh, LeBron's tied for the most. Since he walked off the court against the Mavericks, he's been the single best player in every NBA Finals. No other player in league history has done that 5 times in a row. And now you add one other piece. If you were to ask people after he walked off the court against the Mavericks, what would LeBron have to do? You would say, well, he's going to have to beat every relevant contender. Kevin Durant, gone, Oklahoma City dispatched. San Antonio, gone, San Antonio dispatched. Golden State, a 73-win juggernaut, dispatched. If he is not en route with one more ring to passing Michael, then the answer is you're going to have said he's not allowed to pass Michael. He never can pass Michael, and that can't be the answer.
Well, I don't think that's the answer, but there's a couple players I'd like to discuss before I even get on to Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Your golfing buddy.
Okay. Who happens to be the greatest, one of the greatest athletes, the greatest basketball player. Number one. So you're already saying that LeBron has had a better career than Tim Duncan.
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying that LeBron has already had a better career than Kobe Bryant.
Than Kobe? Of course.
Okay, so he's automatically, it's just him and Jordan.
Yeah.
As far as the greatest players ever.
You could make an argument for Magic, and the centers are tough. Like Wilt, Russell, Kareem, you almost have to put them in their own box because those guys are tough to evaluate.
Okay,
We're talking
but you did say Magic.
Yeah.
So right now, if you're saying not the centers, the other player, Michael Jordan, Magic, and then LeBron.
Right now, I would say Michael, LeBron, Magic. You can jumble that however you'd like, but he beats this Warriors team, the most talented team ever, which he'll do in a few months, then yeah, that's the greatest player we've ever seen. It is the greatest player, and the idea, Kobe Bryant's one of the 10 best basketball players ever, but the gap between Kobe and LeBron is bigger than the gap between Kobe and Steve Nash. I mean, it's not, like, Kobe's great. He ain't on this level, in scoring, in passing, in percentages, in anything.
Right, just in the championships.
Just
because a lot of people, they judge it serially on the championships in scoring.
Yeah, but if we're going to, the championships one's tough because nobody's going to say Robert Horry's the greatest player ever. And
no, because he was a role player compared to being a star on those teams.
Right, and Kobe was a role player for his first championship. If we can do it like this, how many titles have you been the best player on? The answer for LeBron is 3. For Kobe, it's 2. Like,
okay.
Plus LeBron shoots a higher percentage. I don't even think LeBron and Kobe, to me, I think that discussion ended about 3 years ago.
Right. So now, first of all, we can all agree that LeBron is not Michael Jordan yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay. So how does he passing? Because typically there's a pecking order. I'm behind him. Then I get even with them. Then I'm passing. But you're just saying that the Warriors are so outstanding. And if he was able to defeat them in 2 of 3 years, then he would pass Michael Jeffrey Jordan.